Hello and welcome back to another video here in the LEGO room. I hope you are well. With May the 4th literally on the horizon, and that huge May the 4th whatnot stream that we're going to be doing is just a couple of days away. Go and check that out if you haven't already, because we're giving away the UCS event during that May the 4th whatnot stream, and we've got some cool stuff we're giving away on May the 5th as well as part of the members stream. But today we're going to take a little look at the new 2025 character Encyclopaedia. Really sort of was looking forward to getting my hands on this one, not least of all because of that Palpatine minifigure, but an absolute treasure trove of information inside as well. And what we're going to do today, we're going to have a little look at the minifigure inside there. We're also going to take a little look at some of the pages of the book, kind of like we did with the visual dictionary last year. I'm sure there'll be some really fascinating stuff in there. Drop a like on the video before we get into it, and if you are new here, please do consider subscribing. It'll be sincerely appreciated. Let's dive right into it and see just what this book has to offer.
And there's only one place to start for me, at least, and that is, of course, with the minifigure, the Episode 9 Palpatine, which we finally have. And to be honest, probably wouldn't have got if it wasn't for something like this character Encyclopedia. And as you can see on the background there, the Luke Skywalker Rebel pilot as well, the newest version. And it's time to crack that Palpatine open. It was very much one of the draws of this particular book for me, much like with that visual dictionary that we got last year. Figure itself looks pretty good. They've of course changed the lightning hands on Palpatine. They've gone for a stick thin lightning with a different shade and colour. I actually think it suits the Episode 9 version quite well as well. The lightning is slightly thinner in those scenes. Not that I can remember them too well. I've only watched that movie once or twice. Pretty good figure. I will be auctioning it off as well during our next Whatnot stream. Time to crack into the book, and you can see the contents page, which I'm not going to dwell on for too long. And as we dive straight into the beginning of it, you can see characters from the Young Jedi Adventures. And quite frankly, this show isn't a show that I've watched and isn't particularly for me, but I do love that Nubs character. That is a really nice minifigure. And as we sort of move into something that maybe is slightly more for me, you've got Qui-Gon Jinn there, not with the red beard variant, which is of course a variant that I do have, we discovered earlier in the year, and it's a pretty good figure generally. And you can see what's happening now. We're moving basically through the Phantom Menace onwards. You've got Obi-Wan Kenobi there with the short hair, which I always thought wasn't quite the right hairpiece for Obi-Wan. Maybe he's a slightly sort of spikier hairpiece for Obi-Wan, but generally pretty good. You've got Jar Jar there, followed by Queen Amidala. This is generally considered to be one of the best minifigures sort of all time for LEGO Star Wars. That Queen Amidala figure looks beautiful. I've got to say, one of my absolute favourites there as well. Some shorter figures now. R2-D2, a classic. So many variants of R2-D2, as you can kind of see in the bottom there. That mud-stained one from Dagobah as well. And you've got the Christmas Yoda just to the right-hand side, a pretty cool fig. And another one that I'm going to give away during our Whatnot stream, or auction off rather. This is a slightly more interesting page, the Battle Droid page, the B1s, and of course you've got the Super Battle Droid there as well, but plenty of different variants there, the pilots there, and what is sort of informally known as the Kashyyyk variant as well. Darth Maul's next up, and I thought they'd do a little bit more on Darth Maul, to be honest. A lot of different variants. You can see him with his mechanical legs from the Clone Wars there. That is another figure we'll be auctioning off on the May 4th stream. And yeah, you've got the Christmas Maul at the very bottom there. Moving sort of onwards, getting into episode 2 now with the Obi-Wan, and you've got now the short-haired version of Anakin as well. So a really nice looking variant. Jango, of course, they can't use the images for the new Jango that we have just got, or we're getting in a day's time, depending when this video goes live. You've also got all of the Jedi, and I really like this page. A number of cool Jedi, a number of Jedi that we will be auctioning off as well. And the Kit Fisto being sort of the pick out for me in the top right-hand corner there, along with the Plo Koon. We're of course going to get a new Plo Koon in about a month or so's time. Barriss Offee, Ayla Secura, Luminari, Shakti, and of course Ki-Adi-Mundi. Mace Windu gets his own page altogether, including his sort of shock inclusion in that that Republic gunship a couple of years ago. A lot of people thinking, of course, it should have been Jedi Bob, and I was very much in that camp. Some clone trooper variants, which is kind of what I thought of when I thought of a character encyclopedia. You've got a couple of different P1, the cartoon P1 as it were, and the regular P1 along with the bomb squad there in the top right hand corner. Pretty cool. As we move sort of through the years, you've got Count Dooku with the curbed chrome saber, really nice figure. And you've got the old sort of Clone Wars face Ahsoka Tano as well. I did like this figure. I think the new one is better from her own Interceptor, I've got to say. And some more clone variants with it. They didn't just put these all in one or two pages back to back and they split them out across the book. But you've got the Crescent Guard there, the Shock, as well as the Arc and the ARF and the 187th as well. And that is a very, very cool version, the Shadow ARF as well. That is one that I would like to add to my personal collection. You've got the Commanders on the next page, so at least have kept this group of clones together, which is really cool. You've obviously got Rex, Cody, Fox there as well. Gree as well. Gree's a one that gets requested quite a lot in our Whatnot streams now. It seems to be on an upward trajectory. A lot of people in for Green now that maybe weren't a couple of years ago. As we move over to sort of dark using lightsabers, you've got General Grievous, including the original model from 2005, which me and my brother did actually have all of those years ago. The Asajj Ventress, who also you can come and win in the next Whatnot stream as well. Apologies with the book here. It's very difficult to try and film this and find a good way of holding the book out a way that doesn't catch any of the lights that are in there. And Hondo catching my eye there, it has to be said. I would love to see a new Hondo figure. I'd love to see a bit more Hondo in either live action or in the animated series. I think that would be a really, really cool addition for long-time fans like myself. Savage Press, one of the very coolest Lego minifigures that we've got. A really cool character and a lot of fun in the Clone Wars arc as well. And the Anakin Skywalker with the headpiece as well, by which of course I mean the cockpit piece to go under his hair there. Really nice. Clone Troopers, again, I'm very confused as to why we keep putting clones on different pages and splitting them up. I would have thought there'd be a whole bunch of clones. You just do P1, P2, commanders and just do them in that order. Not entirely sure why they didn't do this, but to be honest, it's sort of neither here nor there. Bear in mind, I'm probably going to look at this book only a couple of times. Again, they have kept them with this different variants page as well. 212th, of course, pick out as well. And any Kashyyyk Trooper. Generally, I love those Kashyyyk Troopers, and I feel I might need to invest in some for a mock further down the line this year. If you'd like to see a Kashyyyk style mock diorama, do let me know. And also go and check out that video where I was talking about different mocks that maybe we could do in 2025 to follow on the trend. Chewbacca, nothing particularly new. We very rarely get a different variant of Chewbacca other than the snowy version, which is of course covered at the bottom of that page. As I try to juggle all of these pages as you move through, you've got the figure itself, the one that was in the annual. You've of course got the episode 9 version of Palpatine. There he is spinning around on the right hand side of screen, and a really nice looking figure. And they're the old hologram version from years ago, 2006. I would have needed the information in that book to tell you that I was 2006, but I knew it was one of the very, very first Star Destroyers. Burnt Up Anakin, sold a couple of these quite recently on the Whatnot streams as well, and very reminiscent of course, that 2005 spinning set. That was the definition of peak Star Wars, 2005. That Vader transformation chamber, $4.99 here in the UK, and you've of course got that burnt up Anakin as well. It would change into Vader. They were very much some golden days in my particular opinion. Nothing particularly new or crazy with Darth Vader, I should say. If at any point you want to stop and read what it says on the pages, feel free to, of course, pause the video. I don't know if I said that at the very start, but feel free, of course, to pause. I won't be going through the entire encyclopedia, but there will be quite a lot of it covered in this video. The Bad Batch as well, very cool. One of my favourite shows. Love Dave Filoni and his work. Omega as well, of course, included in The Justifier a couple of years ago, and then Cad Bane next to it as well, who technically now counts as a Bad Batch character. And you can see the progression that we're going through with this encyclopedia year on year. And I'm wondering what is going to be next. You've got Solo, from the Solo movie, and some cool characters in that, and some cool minifigures that I probably did not appreciate at the time. Dipped out of Lego Star Wars during that time period, Last Jedi and Solo into Rise, and something in the bottom right hand corner that I think I will be doing a video on very shortly due to its appearance in Andor there as well. Tobias Beckett, pretty cool version of Woody Harrelson figure, not too bad. That sort of different variant of Chewie where he looks a bit more slicked back, a bit youthful, a bit younger, is quite a cool one as well. Val and Rio Durant, who I actually really want to add to my collection, because that is not a figure that I do have. It's not something, like I said, I invested in at the time, not really on top of Lego Star Wars during the 2018-ish period, we'll call it. The Donald Glover version of Lando Calrissian. Again, anything you want to sort of look at in a bit more depth here, guys, do just pause the video as well. You've got Kira's minifigure as well. I would like to see a little bit more of Kira in the future, should Emilia Clarke be sort of up for doing it, or indeed in live action as well. Infest Nest, very cool headpiece on the Infest Nest figure there. You've got Ben Kenobi from the Obi-Wan show. You can see we're hitting the Disney era of in-between shows now, and some of those Inquisitors, one or two of which we will auction off in the May 4th stream, including the Grand Inquisitor. Very, very cool figure. Kanan Jarrus, one of my absolute favourite Jedi in all of Star Wars. Absolutely love Rebels. If you're new here, absolutely love that show, and it sort of holds a very special place in my heart in due my mental well-being at that time. And Zeb Aurelius, Ezra Bridger, Agent Callus. I'd love to see a reprise of the Agent Callus figure, potentially when he comes over to the Rebellion, as it were. I think that would be a really cool fig to add in something like a UCS Ghost, and I will stop myself from banging on about a potential UCS Ghost, because that is something that seems to come up all too often. The older version of Grand Admiral Thrawn there, not the newer version, very interesting, and none of the new Andor figures featuring in this, of course, as it's coming out just before these new Andor sets, including that U-Wing, in a day or two's time, depending when this video does go out as well. Luthen as well, who I'd love a new hairpiece for Luthen. I remember doing a video on that last year. I would love to see a new hairpiece for Luthen, and you've got some of those Rogue One figures as well. Jyn Erso, who of course I synonymously think of with that buildable figure now, thanks to M&R, and K2SO, who of course we're getting a new version of. Chowden Way, brilliant fig, brilliant character, loved him, and that is a really nice figure. Some really good details on that. Almost 10 years ago, and yeah, the quality has changed. Krennic as well in the on the right hand side of the screen. Love Krennic, brilliant character. Really enjoying his reprise in the Andor series too as well. Looks like a fantastic minifigure. That very clean royal white robe as well that he's got there. Looks really good. The Shore Trooper stands out on the next page as well. I'm going to have a little flick through, as it were. I don't think I'll be doing the entire encyclopedia. You can see where we're going with this, though. We're moving into the original trilogy films with Leia, Luke, and old Obi-Wan, Ben Kenobi there as well. Generally, it's a sort of treasure trove of information. It is kind of cool to just sit and reminisce about some of the years gone by, some of the fantastic characters we have been blessed with in minifigure form. Quill there as well. That is one of Mrs. Bricker's absolute favourites. I have spoken. Got a whole bunch of Ewoks as well. This reminds me, in our next Whatnot show, or at least next Whatnot show from this video going live. So definitely come along to that, because I know I've mentioned that half a dozen times in this video. We've got a lot of cool minifigures for Star Wars Day. Yeah, that is about it. I mean, I would certainly recommend grabbing hold of this.
So some good stuff in there, and I'm not going to do the whole thing. It would literally take like an hour plus just flicking through every single page. But if you do want to see part 2, do let me know in the comments below. I thought it was particularly interesting. I like reminiscing about some of those older figures that I can remember from years gone by. And thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far in the video, it's sincerely appreciated. Go and check out the Whatnot stream we're doing on May the 4th. I sound like a broken record, and that is because we are giving away the UCS Venator on Sunday afternoon. Make sure you're there. Go and bookmark the stream. If you're completely new to Whatnot and you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, go and check out the links in the bio. It will give you a £10 free credit if you are new. Just follow the links in bio. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the May 4th stream, but if I don't, I will see you in the very next video. Take care.